And the sun runs out of hydrogen fuel. What will happen to Earth and the surrounding planets? And will the Earth become a rogue planet?
So the sun runs out of hydrogen. Before then, actually, in about 1.5 billion years, or a little bit less, the sun's gradually brightening, and it will brighten to the point where life on Earth becomes essentially impossible on the surface. Certainly, unless there's some quite radical adaptation, the water tends to boil away. So you could imagine life subsurface, perhaps, but it becomes essentially uninhabitable. Certainly for us, in about 1.2, 1.3 billion years. So the sun's brightening, and it runs out of its fuel in about 5 billion years, and starts in the core and starts swelling up, and it turns into what's called a red giant. But it also, so it swells up. And just very naively, you could say, well, it's certainly going to go past Mercury and engulf it, probably Venus and engulf it. Earth is kind of on the edge, so it might come out to the position of the Earth today. But it also loses mass as it does it. And the radius of the Earth's orbit is proportional to the mass of the sun. You decrease the mass of the sun, you increase the radius of the Earth's orbit. So you can think of it as the gravitational pull is less if you want. So the Earth drifts out as the sun loses mass. So most of the models that I'm aware of say that the Earth survives that, because it goes away from the sun. The sun sort of chases it away, because the sun's getting bigger but losing mass out into space. And so the Earth goes out. But so we think it'll stay in orbit, and it won't become a rogue planet because it will stay in orbit. I think the sun loses about half its mass ultimately, I think, and then collapses into a white dwarf. However, you've also got to consider the fact that the Andromeda galaxy is going to hit us before then. So whether or not that sort of disrupts things a bit is a good question. There'll certainly be a few more stars whizzing by. Yeah. How close they come to the solar system is anybody's guess. Probably not that close, but close enough to disrupt the orbits of planets.